Good morning, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome. I'm very much delighted to see so many accomplished leaders joining us today from different parts of the world, various companies from industries and functions. Before we begin, I would like to acknowledge something. The fact that you are here today means you have already made an investment in yourself. Leadership growth starts with curiosity. It starts with making time for conversations that expand your thinking, challenge your assumptions, and expose you to new possibilities. That's exactly why IWBD exists. Our mission is simple: growing more women leaders for the boardroom, creating greater visibility, stronger leadership pipelines, and more opportunities for women to thrive at the highest levels of business. My hope today is that you live with new perspectives, practical insights, and perhaps a community that can support your leadership journey for many years to come. So who is Ebru? For those of you I haven't met before, let me briefly introduce myself. My name is Ebru Tuygun. I am the Chairwoman of International Women Board of Directors and the CEO of GVGL Marketing, which delivers end-to-end marketing and communication programs and conducts creative and fun executive leadership programs, workshops among our clients like Bayer, Novo Nordisk, TikTok, Hilton, and Property Finder, just to name a few. So IWBD is my night job, weekend job, and GVGL is my day job. Over the last 20 years, I have had the privilege of working across Europe, Middle East, Africa, and Asia in leadership roles with organizations such as Deloitte with 7 years and Accenture with 12 years, leading marketing, growth, and transformation agendas across multiple markets. Throughout my career, I have had the opportunity to work with exceptional leaders, sit around executive tables, and observe how careers accelerate. One thing became very clear: talent is important, experience is important, performance is important, but what really matters among all is the access. Access to the right conversations, to the right networks, to sponsors and advocates, access to opportunities that often remain invisible. That realization became one of the inspirations behind IWBD. I truly believe that when exceptional leaders come together, remarkable things happen. Why IWBD? A few years ago, we asked a simple question: what would happen if senior women leaders had a trusted community where they could learn from one another, support one another, and exchange opportunities and collectively shape the future of leadership? Today, that vision became IWBD. A global community of senior leaders, board members, C-suite executives, entrepreneurs, and change makers who share one common belief: when women rise, organizations become stronger, communities become stronger, and future generations gain more role models to follow. So what makes IWBD so special? As I will move through my slides, I would love you to focus on one thing: the quality of the people involved. Our advisory board includes senior leaders from McKinsey, Coca-Cola, Pfizer, SPGN University, Shalhoub Group, P&G, Wilton & Bain, PSA BDP, and many other global organizations. Our committee leaders include executives from Google, Microsoft, Nestle, Property Finder, Santam Pharma, Shalhoub Group, Wilton & Bain, and the Trade Desk. And perhaps most importantly, our members are leaders who actively contribute their experience, insights, and perspectives to help one another grow. Our members span from Microsoft, Visa, Spotify, Amazon, Nokia, Nestle, Bayer, Novo Nordisk, Samsung, Danone, McKinsey, the Trade Desk, and many more. What is the IWBD experience? One of the questions I'm often asked about this. The answer is simple: we create opportunities for growth, visibility, learning, and meaningful connections. Over the last year alone, our members have participated in leadership discussions, executive roundtables, board readiness conversations, committee meetings, industry reports, and global events. We have brought together leaders from organizations including Microsoft, Google, LinkedIn, Spotify, Deloitte, Snapchat, MasterCard, Pfizer, Property Finder, Novo Nordisk, Nestle, Samsung, Visa, Amazon, and many more. We have hosted conversations around AI, healthcare, transformation, innovation, future-ready leadership, people and culture, marketing, and entrepreneurship. Every one of these conversations creates new insights. Many of them create new relationships. Some of them create entirely new opportunities. Over the past few months alone, IWBD members have joined us in Paris alongside Microsoft, participated in Cannes Lions, South of France, leadership gatherings, contributed to our industry committee discussions, and engaged with senior leaders across multiple industries. What excites me most is seeing relationships between leaders who otherwise may have never met. A healthcare executive learning from a technology leader. A CMO exchanging perspectives with a transformation executive. A future board member finding guidance from someone who has already walked that path. That cross-industry learning is incredibly powerful. What is coming next? And this is where I believe the journey becomes even more exciting. In August, we will bring our members together in Boardroom for a leadership dinner and networking gathering. In September, our committee cycle continues with new conversations focused on emerging trends shaping the future of leadership and business. Our members will continue contributing to our industry committee report alongside Wilton and Bain and participating in leadership discussions, executive visibility initiatives, and board readiness conversations. The momentum continues to grow every month, and every new member brings a unique perspective, experience, and voice into the community. And in the coming months, we will have sessions with Deloitte, Snapchat, Microsoft, Google, Bayer. So stay tuned for what's coming next. And we will also have social meetups planned ahead, like we did with Alo Yoga, Lululemon, and flower arrangement workshops. And we have more creative ideas to come forward. So the real value of our membership, when people actually join IWBD, they join for different reasons. Some are looking for strong networks. Some are exploring board opportunities. Some want to grow their visibility. Some want to learn from exceptional leaders. Many discover all of these benefits along the way. The greatest value often comes from the greatest value often comes from the people you meet, the conversations you have, and the opportunities that emerge when talented leaders come together with a shared purpose. I often say that careers can change through a single conversation. You never know. A new idea, a new connection, a new perspective, a new opportunity. The more often we place ourselves in those environments, the more possibilities we create for ourselves. Let me know if you see my screen.
Yes, it's clear.
Amazing. So I have been sharing, our mission, objectives. So it's promote women's representation on boards, prepare senior leaders for the boardroom, and bridge leadership networks. Because some of the executive headhunters reach out to me, and also CHROs reach out to me and ask, Ebru, we want to hire women, but we can't find them. And I find this very interesting because I'm surrounded by amazing women. This is our advisory board, and we have been supported by these organizations. Without them, nothing could happen. This is a great partnership network. And in IWBD, we have series of programs, like we have IWBD Academy. Today, I will be giving a short preview of what we have is one of our sessions that we conduct. We give this as a workshop to our clients, like Bayer, Novo Nordisk took this training for their employees. We have IWBD Courage Talks. We have board certificate program. We have speaker directory, because one of our mission is to place amazing women like yourself or men in various organizations, summits around the world. We have IWBD Courage Awards we just introduced this year, and in our annual summit, we will be sharing these awards. We have Global Coaching Program. If you're a coach and would like to have a mentee, or if you are looking for a global coach who's at some part of the world, we can connect you. This is a very selective program. We identified 10 mentors and 10 mentees and 10 coach. Then we have IWBD Leadership Opinion Series. We have thousands of members, and when you share a newsletter or an article with us, we share it through our LinkedIn newsletter with our community. And then we have IWBD social meetups that we had done in the past with Alo Yoga and also Lululemon and Sunflower arrangement workshop. One of the key differentiator for IWBD is the industry committees. We have introduced this year 10 industry committees. We have 2 to come. We are still having conversations for those to be established. So each industry committee discusses the trends, the challenges that women have, and how we can overcome in that industry, and we can have more women leaders, board members in that industry. And last year, we had amazing industry committee meetings. We had concluded 39 industry committees, and we had 9 industry committees established. Each meeting is held at the member's office. Here you can see where we had held the meetings before, like Snapchat, Google, Microsoft offices, Schneider Electric, Pfizer, Property Finder, the Trade Desk offices. And this year we have introduced new 10 committees. We have Healthcare Transformation, AI Committee, CMO, People and Culture, Innovation, HR, Entrepreneurship, Future Ready, previously called Tech Committee, Consumer Business Committee, each sponsored and led by one of the leaders that you can see here. And our members can nominate themselves. Each member doesn't guarantee a committee membership. It's by nomination and endorsement by the committee leader. And what we do is, at the end, thanks to Wilton and Bain, we have turned those discussions into a report. In each committee page, you can see the recommendations per industry. And then at the end, we publish this 7 core recommendations across the board, where we see how women can accelerate in their careers. And as I mentioned, Wilton and Bain, I have Burcu from Wilton and Bain, whom we shared the floor together on this. Burcu.
Hello, Ebru.
Welcome, Burcu, and it's great to have you with us. Wilton and Bain is the overall knowledge partner across industry committees, and it's a great synergy partnership because Wilton and Bain around the world places CEOs, board members, and they also have an office in the Middle East, and Burcu is one of the key leaders there. Someone good to know.
Thank you so much, Ebru. We are proud to partner with IWBD as Wilton and Bain. The emphasis you are applying to the female leadership in the region and your contributions are unique and very valuable to the female leaders and beyond. We are very happy to collaborate with you and support the female leaders in the region when required. Thank you so much for this recognition as well. We appreciate it. Always here for you, Ebru.
Thank you so much, Burcu, for joining us today and also sharing your support with us. So this is, again, a very organic collaboration because our mission is to place women in senior roles and board members, and Wilton and Bain joins every industry committee meeting with us and observes our members on the spot and places them in senior roles or board roles. So it's a great synergy. And thanks to their global CEO, David Heron, he also endorsed our platform, and we co-wrote this report. And he shared the forward there with us as well. This is an example of our healthcare committee page. The committee leader shares the forward, and we share the set of recommendations discussed along the year and the set of recommendations. So here, as I scroll all the pages, you will see some faces from each committee. It's pretty senior people in the industry around the world. We conduct these meetings hybrid, and it's hosted in one of the member offices. We do a circle. It's a quarterly meeting. And we have amazing people from Google, SAP, ADNOC, Coca-Cola, Spotify, MasterCard, Microsoft, GE. We have Yasin here in the group, Amazon, Nokia, Visa. We have Dina here with us as well. And consumer business, I saw Anne with us today, Alshaya Group, Unilever, Kellanova, Nestle, Sony, Estee Lauder, just to name a few. And also in Chairwoman committee, we have Dubai Department of Economy and Tourism. For those who joined us previously, Ida was with us in one of the other sessions. She was on the cover of Vogue recently. She's a pretty famous person and great supporter of women committees. We have Danone, the Wendy's, Sophie is with us now. Lego, Samsung, Nestle, Microsoft. Again, just to give you an idea whom we have in the committees. Deloitte, McKinsey, Numetrics, Emirates, Shalhoub Group. Lorna was the EMEA HR head in Netflix previously. We have Sevgi. She recently co-founded her new company, Closet Crush. She was the Property Finder CMO. So we have IBM, Snap. We have Zeynep from Cooper Consumer Health, BCG, Coca-Cola. I can't name all of them, but I'm super grateful for all of them all around the world from various regions. We have Costa Coffee General Manager. We have Lia Lungu with us today. I saw she just joined us as well. We have ADCB Bank. So you can see various industries are being represented. We have also HR committee, Siemens Energy, Eli Lilly this year joined us. Of course, we have Burcu leading the Wilton & Bain from Wilton & Bain, the HR committee. So that's in a nutshell the industry committee. Prepare senior women leaders for the boardroom. We have IWBD Academy, as I just mentioned. We have a series of program modules like Give to Gain, storytelling, personal branding, which we are going to be touching base in a few minutes. Negotiation and taking bold decisions, creating collaborative teams. Those are the workshops. We also give this to corporates, core organizations. We have also introduced a board readiness certificate program with SPJN University. We have placed our members as a faculty member. 3 of them comes from the university and the rest comes from IWBD committee, IWBD community. As I mentioned, we have global coaching program, mentoring program. You can find more information on this on our website. And then what we do is bridge leadership networks. How we do that is through our partner events or industry committees. This has just recently been done in May. We did the kickoff at Google office in their innovation hub. We have introduced all the industry committees. We have around 100 members, as I just mentioned some of the names there. And we did the kickoff. So our annual cycle of industry committees started. Maybe you may say, Ebru, am I late? No, we may be introducing 2 more committees and we are looking for sponsors for that. Maybe if you would like to sponsor a new committee, we can discuss that offline. We recently did another session in Paris with Microsoft and we came together with our members in Microsoft, hosted by them. And then we did another activation in Cannes, south of France during Cannes Lions. It's the Global Creative Festival. And there we had a collaboration with Microsoft again. They had an activation as called Microsoft Gardens. We had attended AI, Women in AI. And we also hosted a lunch at the beautiful Eden Rock Hotel in Antibes, south of France. And in our previous events, I am just sharing some examples, the collaborations we had done with LinkedIn. And we had hosted Stanford University Executive MBA, Executive Education faculty, Melissa Jones, who teaches acting with power. It was an amazing session. We did another activation with Snapchat in their innovation hub. We did another session with Deloitte. This is a training they actually sell to their clients for a few thousands of dollars. They did this for us pro bono. It's business chemistry, and good news, we will be repeating that soon. And at our festival, invited us to be their community partner. We have participated there. as their community partner. I moderated the CEO panel, and we did, again, the same workshop that I will be starting in a minute at the Atar Festival as well. So we did a collaboration, again, another session with Snapchat in their Riyadh office. This is a Spotify event we did. It was how AI can be enabler for women to be in the boardrooms. We did a session in Oman, hosted by the Oman BP CEO, Necla. This was another great session. We did another collaboration with Schneider Electric in their Innovation Hub. And this is a sneak preview of our last year's annual summit. It's around 150 people come together. And these were our sponsors last year. And we also have social meetups. So we just don't only talk about business, but we also have fun. So we did this in collaboration with Allo, thanks to Allo team. And at the Aura Sky Pool, this was another member session. Another session with flower arrangement workshop with flower power. Last year we gathered in boardroom. This is another activation with Lululemon. I know some familiar faces were there. It was a great fun session. We did also sound healing there on the beach with breakfast. We also do some virtual sessions. So when the war broke in the Middle East, we also had a session with the INSEAD strategy professor and Wilton & Bain's regional managing partner, Sami. We discussed how to navigate this ambiguity. And so what is next? Our upcoming sessions, one of them is in Bodrum. So if you happen to travel to Bodrum in August, we will soon share the date. We will have a community dinner in the beautiful atmosphere of Bodrum. We will have a session with Santan Pharma in Switzerland in September. We will have a social get-together drinks in September as well. We will have a session with Deloitte in Doha and Dubai in October and November. Stay tuned. This is the similar session that we did, business chemistry. And we will continue these virtual talks as well as part of our IWBD Academy, how to attract senior leadership opportunities. This will be with Wilton & Bain's Burcu. You will learn the tactics, how executive headhunters actually selecting leaders. Another session will be how to navigate and champion in events in a men's world, survival kit. Another session, negotiation skills and taking bold decisions. This will be a conversation with an IWBD advisory board member in September. And our annual summit will be in October, most probably. Stay tuned. We are waiting our last confirmation from our venue partner, Waldorf Astoria, Palm Jumeirah. And we are looking for partners. So far, we have Trade Desk, Property Finder, Wilton & Gain, GVGL, Bayer, and Waldorf Astoria among our partners. We are looking for growth partner, AI partner, beauty, and impact partners. So if you're interested in to support IWBD, welcome to be in our IWBD annual summit. We can discuss. We will be giving awards, and you can also have your company giving these award categories. So far, we are looking for Inspire Award, Impact Award, BT Award, Growth Award, and Power Award partner. We had an amazing jury, and we have identified the winners, Courage Awards. So stay tuned. This will be announced in the annual summit. And we will have another session with Bayer in their Egypt office. And again, IWBD is all about giving visibility to our members. So we have our newsletter, blogs, articles, and video interviews. So if you have an opinion, an article, we give this opportunity to our members. And we have speaker directory, as I mentioned, is on our webpage. And we have this monthly, bi-monthly newsletter on LinkedIn that goes to tens of thousands of people, subscribes to our newsletter. And we had this magazine coverage as well. So this is in a nutshell, IWBD. Let me pause here. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer. So why does this matter? Everyone has the most important brand, the company in their life. It's called Me Inc. And we need to also understand why we need that importance, the importance of having the branding for our own Me Inc. Our most important job is to be the head marker for the brand called you. Because companies come and go, titles come and go, you are stuck with your own personal brands. And sometimes people neglect about paying attention to this, but they are stuck, or they usually share information or news about their own companies, which is great. But most important is to start thinking about how to communicate yourself, how to be more visible so that you can attract opportunities. This is super important. Why? Because it also helps you to think about your purpose in life. I know so many people right now are going through transformation. Maybe you are changing roles, or maybe you are thinking to change a role. And maybe you are thinking, how can I do that? And sometimes, you are thinking, Ebru, I see so many people, fake posting, or they are using a lot of AI posting. Is this really, worth doing it? If you do it right, yes, you actually attract opportunities, and also you attract roles through that, because people actually check on you. And if you are genuine, if you are authentic, people actually consume your content. This also helps you to build the confidence in the value you bring to the table. So whatever you want to be known in life, think about it. So this also, once you identify that, it helps you to attract the right community and also right opportunities. And this is super important. If you don't control your narrative, someone else will. Let me reread this. If you don't control your narrative, someone else will. What does it mean? Google yourself, and it's okay to Google yourself. And whatever you see when you Google yourself, are you happy with it? Let's ask this question. Because if you are not happy with the content that appears, that means someone else is controlling your narrative. So when you are not in the room, people are throwing stories about yourself. So start today controlling your own narrative, and I will show you how. First, define your goal in life. What does it mean? It's not your job description at work. It's as a person in your personal life. What's your goal in life? So think about your goal as a person in life, not your job description. What you want to be known in life, and your unique points, and create a mission statement, and then build your personal brand. Today, I will walk you through how you will define this. So, and I receive this question pretty often. Ebru, I'm not convinced, because I see some people fakely over-exaggerating themselves. Yes, as you see how it's fake, everyone sees it's fake. So here, the key thing is how authentic you are. It's not about creating a fashionista out of yourself. So if you are genuine, if you are honest to yourself, and if you are sharing your personal perspective, people will value that. And let me give you one idea. If you are seeing those fake insights or fake comments or posts, disconnect. LinkedIn allows you to disconnect you or unfollow, so that if you start deleting those or disconnecting those, good stuff will appear. Then you will see more inspirational people, more inspirational stuff. So when you avoid those fake ones, good ones will emerge. And then this will also encourage you to share more real stories, real authentic content. So first exercise that we will do together, and this will help you how to come up with your personal brand statement. Why this is important? Because as companies, at the beginning, I talked about Me Inc. So we are actually from outside looking at us as a company. Like every company has their own brand statement, and whatever they do serves back to that brand statement. As humans, it should be the same. So now we will come up with our own personal brand statement, because when you have that clear mindset, this will allow you to communicate what and what to drop. Because whatever you communicate after this, or whatever activities you do, or whatever participations or speaking opportunities you do, it has to serve back to the brand statement, what you want to be existing for question. So let's start with this, and let's pause here. If you can take a piece of paper or your WhatsApp notes or phone notes, let's write down skills and expertise, interests, behaviors, and values. In a physical world, I would normally distribute this. Let me share this worksheet, and we would also fill it together. So let's do it. Please, do you see my screen? Can I hear a voice? Do you see my screen? Yes, no?
Yes.
Yes, correct.
Yes.
So let's form the part, let's fill the part till my personal brand statement. Please don't go to that, because I will share a guidance on how to come up with the brand statement. So let's take 2 minutes or 3 minutes, take your time. Let's write down what topics you are expert in, what behaviors, your energy, how others see you, values, what matters to you, what excites you, and where do you focus your energy, and uniquely you, fun facts about you. So let's write down this. It will be a cloud of those thoughts, and then we will nail it down to create our personal brand statement. So again, forget your companies, your job descriptions. Maybe it will be about that, maybe it won't be about that. That is totally fine. So I'm pausing here, and after this, I will ask you to share. So this will be an interactive session, and it will also help you to nail it down. So I'm pausing here. Hello, everyone. Great to be back. Would you like to share some answers? Who would like to go first? And by the way, this is just about you. There is no right or wrong answer. It's all about yourself. Yasin, why don't you start if you are here?
Honestly, I like the way you are, taking the flow, because very recently I was working a lot with cloud to build my personal branding piece. And then now I have all my personal brand guidelines, colors,
Bravo.
and even something that you said very early, which is very important, I think. There is something called Google Knowledge Panel. So I have built my own Google Knowledge Panel, and I now
Bravo.
own it. And let me just start on the skills and expertise. The topics that I feel that I'm an expert is, after 20 years in the power generation business, it's mainly all boiling down the energy transition, decarbonization, and sustainability. So those are like my main 3 topics that I am not only passionate, but also having 20 years of on the ground experience. And then it goes forward. So that's the first bucket I have.
Amazing. How about your energy? How others see you?
In general, I think, and this is what I learned in my leadership program in GE. So it's not only about how you think you are, it's about what others people think, and it's about the 360. Most people thinks and sees me, I'm energizing them. I
Yes,
value them because I think I try to be a good listener. And the more you are a good listener, the more people think they are feeling valued, because everybody wants to be listened. Not everybody wants to speak. And on top of that, there was one thing very interesting. Maybe I sometimes speak a lot, and then that's the reason some people were sort of like, they were holding themselves to ask a question to me. Though I felt myself, I am ready to be of help, because I was maybe too much into some stuff. That sort of creating an intimidation on the other side of the people, saying that, oh, if you ask this question, there may be a probability that he will just, overlook the question. Oh, what is it really the question you're asking to me? Come on, ask something else, which is not the case. But then with all that feedback, I also spent some time working on it. So I think in general, people see me like making someone that makes them feel valued, and also bring energy to the room so that they sort of feel good when they're around me. And that's what I was really trying to achieve as well.
amazing. And what matters to you in life?
What matters to me in life is I think right now, at my life, at my age, it's all about the 5th step of the Maslow's theory of needs, which is self-actualization. So it's all about the legacy I'm leaving behind. And everything that I do right now, it's all about the legacy that I will leave behind.
Amazing. And what are the fun facts about you? Except I can tell the story that you shared today, the AI image of you.
Well, right now you can speak to my digital twin. I'm spending for the last 6 months a lot with AI and doing interesting stuff. I have many side projects that most of them are right now not public, but maybe by time. And the fun facts about me is I survived a rocket attack years before what is happening in Dubai. It was in Iraq.
Is it fun fact?
Yeah, it's a fun fact because most people don't believe it, you know.
Okay.
I mean, when you know this famous game of ice breaking, to truth and a fact. Over there, this is one of the things that I use a lot. I survived a rocket attack, and then people
Wow.
say, "Come on, I mean, it's not going to happen," or it never happened. But I was working for a Turkish company called Çalık Energy. I was in charge of the Iraq operations in 2012, just right after Saddam is gone, and they literally attacked with a rocket to the housing that we were staying, and I'm still here. And yeah, I think
That's a horror fact, Yasin.
that's a horror fact. Something more fun.
Yes, something more fun about you.
Okay, I am very much into music that a lot of people don't know. I love to sing. I love to compose, and when I have the chance to have the mic, I can sing for hours.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Yasin, for sharing
Thank
this.
you, Ebru. Thank you.
We need a brave woman, please.
Ebru, hi, this is Sushma. For some reason, my video is, it was working and it's not anymore. So if
No
you're
worries. We can hear your voice very clearly.
perfect, so we'll go with that. All right. This was such a useful exercise. Thank you so
Thank
much. I
you.
have, in the profession that I am, this is the kind of work we do day in and day out. But, you know, we call ourselves cobbler's children. We wear the toned shoes. Like, we don't do this for ourselves as much as we do it for others.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So please share your skills and expertise.
Sure. So my skills are a lot in behavioral sciences, human motivation, and just how to lead effectively towards your own high performance. So I'm in the space of human resources. That's because of which some of these skills are anchored there.
Mm-hmm. And your energy, how others see you?
I think what I generally sense is people see me as someone who's very thoughtful, but also very well informed. I don't think I am for the profession that we are in, we have to be pragmatic, but also optimistic. So I want to straddle between the two, where you're not just looking at the human impact, you're looking at the business impact that humans bring. So thoughtful is where I'll go with.
Amazing. And what excites you in life?
I think I love the artistic side of things. So whenever possible, if I can take a simple pot and make it more artistic, I think I get a lot of energy from there. I love how you position me.inc. Like, you know, it's a simple statement, but you made it sound, you elevated the concept. And I think for me, that is something that really interests me.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And what matters to you, your values?
I thrive on people wanting to succeed together. So collaboration is extremely important for me. I genuinely have, like, you know, you have this human X-ray, right? The minute I see someone who is not in that state, I totally don't see myself either helping them or them helping me. So for me, collaboration is the secret sauce of working with me, or that's what I value the most.
Amazing. And fun facts about you?
So I am a professionally trained candle artist. I went to Korea, did a solo trip, learned 35 ways of converting wax to a piece of art. And I find that to be extremely therapy. In fact, in my past life, I've done a workshop on presentation skills and how candle making teaches you the art of precision, patience, and presentation. So
Amazing.
I love that.
That's great. And thank you for sharing this. In a normal physical environment, this is a 3-hour session. And usually the value comes from each person sharing their insights, and people learn from each other. For those who are listening right now, I hope both two perspectives, men and women, give you a perspective on how to feel this. And you can also add yours. Again, there's no right and wrong answer. And by the way, this is a living thing. It will change over time. And it's good to keep coming back to this and, rethinking about this as well. I'll go to the next part where we actually come for our brand statement. Building your personal brand statement. Thanks to my brave participants for sharing their insights once again. Building your personal brand statement. So all these, skills, uniquely you part, your energy, your values, and fun facts about you, let's bring it together, how you actually bring value to the table for others. So imagine this statement, whatever you will do, has to come back to this sentence. And if it's aligned with this, you carry on communicating it. If it's not coming back and it's not aligned with this, or it has nothing to do with this, you need to drop it. So let's form this with this thinking in mindset. So I will share two versions. One version is more corporate. One version is more personal story. So I will share first this. So this is a template that you can use. I use your differentiating traits, your skills, talents, passion, to what that action actually benefits your target audience, so that beneficial outcome for your target audience. So this is the structure of your personal brand statement. So you can use this template. You can take a picture of this. And then I will read one example. I use my passion for connecting with people to create an environment of open communication, trust and candor, and to bridge the human and technology sides of the business to enable innovation and drive continuous growth for clients, among my teams, and within myself. I'm driven by continuous learning for myself and within my teams to help each of them pursue their professional and personal dreams. So if you break it down to the parts, so you use your skills to help your audience to do what and how they benefit from that. So what is the value you bring to the table will be your brand statement, so that people will follow you and also learn or reach out to you, so that you will attract opportunities. So this is the corporate, that I will come to this. The other one is my example, and I keep updating this. If you had asked me 2-3 years ago, when I was at Accenture, it was a different statement, but now I'm out, I'm entrepreneur, I'm following my passion, so it's different. So I use my passion to connect people, to create an environment where everyone can learn from each other, create changes in their personal or professional lives. I'm driven by catching inspirational stories, learning and sharing them with people, leaders, and companies who want to grow and create impact together. I'm passionate about bringing brand stories to life. And that last sentence is the corporate statement of my company, GVGL, bringing brand stories to life. So this is a more personal / corporate professional answer. This is my personal brand statement. So if you look at my LinkedIn, whatever I share is more about women empowerment. And it's also marketing communications, because that's my professional and also my company, GVGL, source for. And when you keep on communicating on your personal brand statement, you attract opportunities. Let me give you an example. When I crack my mind on helping other women to grow, and when I also had some obstacles in my corporate world, where also I was, or some other women were blocked by other women, I wanted to bring IWBD together in a way that it will be an organization, it will help other women. It will not block other women. No jealousy, no toxicology, no egos. So one thing you will realize at IWBD communities, people are very humble. They are eager to help each other. And when I sense toxicology, I totally disconnect. So when I start writing about this, I attracted some opportunities from around the world. I was invited to Global Women Leadership Summit in US. I was recently at Cannes. So when you consistently post about this, write articles, or share your opinions, write your comments on some LinkedIn posts, you become a subject matter expert. And then you are being invited to circles or organizations to speak about that. So it's a chicken and egg thing. Once you invest in your time, then you attract opportunities. So it then continues like this. Another example that I can give is, it was a few years back, and there was this person in our company called Yasemin, in another Turkish word. It's a German-Turkish family. A very famous organization was trying to reach out to her. At that time, she was just 3-year expert in Accenture Interactive and living in Germany. And in her personal sphere, she was passionate about gamification. I'm talking about like 2015s. And she was writing articles, blogs, making videos about gamification. And this summit happened to find in 2015 a subject matter expert on gamification. At that time, there was not so many people, and it was a very trendy topic at that time. So they wanted to invite Jasmine. And they reached out to me. I was trying to position our CEO, board members to this summit, but they said no. You either pay $50,000 or, we can't have it. But they found this Jasmine in Germany. They wanted to cover her accommodation, flight, and bring her to this summit. And when I reached out to Jasmine was like, me? And she's just a junior in the organization. And I said, yeah, because you are the subject matter expert on gamification. They want to have you. And she got all the approvals. Everyone was pretty, shocked, because she was kind of like in her 20s, but she was the only one, maybe that's in that topic, she was that much, experienced. So she came to Turkey in that big summit. And in the main keynote speech, in the opening speech, she grew. She was a tiny person. And in the big stage, she grew, because she was so much talking about passion, her passion topic, and she grew huge there. And everyone loved the topic. And, your passion, you never know where it can take you. So start thinking about it. So when you build this personal brand statement, one point, it doesn't have to be only about the corporate world, whatever your job description is today. That's why at the beginning I said, forget about your company, forget about your job description. What do you want to be known in life? And how do you want to be remembered? So let's pause again 2-3 minutes and let's write our brand statement. And if you stay after this, I will share how the communication plan should be like, so that you will communicate this brand statement accordingly. Hello. Let me know if anyone finished and would like to share. Again, there is no right and wrong answer. It's all about your life, your statements.
Hi, Ebru. This is Shilpa here.
Amazing. Hello.
I'm really enjoying this event that you're hosting. I think you're making us think and reflect. So, taking from your statement, like as a model, I would like to say that I use my passion for writing as well as legal knowledge to add value to my clients and to the people around me. I'm just as a background, I'm a legal consultant and I'm also a writer.
Amazing.
I am driven, thank you. I am driven by continuous learning and sharing stories to create an impact. That is why I love writing. And my genre of writing is life, because I think life covers us all. It doesn't matter which profession we are in.
Well done. I
And-
mean, you got the essence super well. Thank you so much.
No, and I wanted to explore, I'm very fascinated by the human side of technology. and where the humanness really matters. Because I think we are right now on, cross boards, that this is technology, but we are humans, and how do we interact with it, and about the ethical side of AI. That really fascinates me.
Amazing. Thank you so much. Can we have one more person to share, considering the time?
I'm happy to. Can you hear me?
Yes. Yes, we can hear you.
I thought that was a great way for me to follow up, actually, because I was in Davos in January and I delivered a keynote on the human leadership gap. So very much feel passionate about bridging between people and technology. I'm Louise. I'm calling from Italy today, but I'm normally in the UAE. I'm Swedish British and I spent 7 years in Japan, so I've worked cross-border. And I think when it comes to personal brand statement, for me, it's very much about how do we connect people through energy, through cross-border work, and actually being very much part of that global talent perspective. I'm an executive headhunter by trade, and I've worked with global PLCs. We now have an organization globally that not only works through M&A and cross-border acquisition, but we also support coaching at executive level and also give back to governments for SMEs in terms of bringing SMEs and the GDPR in economies.
Amazing. So I think when it comes to, can I have the personal brand statement?
Yeah, absolutely. So the personal brand statement for me is about how do we collectively bridge that gap between humans and technology, and what I do to incorporate that. And that personal brand is through values, it's through kind, authentic leadership, and actually remaining true to the human part versus actually what's happening now in terms of leading too much into the technology.
Amazing. Thank you so much for sharing. Can we have one more person, please? One more.
I can go if nobody else is going. I don't want to take anyone else's turn. Right.
Yes,
it's what I have is I use my deep understanding of strategic governance to ensure systems, either institutional, corporate, or human, remain aligned in an ever more autonomous and artificial civilization. I am going back to what everyone is talking about, AI and AGI, that I am of the belief that we are meaning-bearing individuals and that the future of our world should reflect that. And I am a relentless futurist, always looking for growth and expansion with empathetic leadership at the core.
Amazing. I love that.
So it's ensuring that technology and humanity remain aligned at all parts of our society as we are going towards everything becoming automated, from capital to everything. And we have to ensure humanity prevails.
Amazing. Now I will go to the Dina. I have you. Yes, Dina, would you like to share yours?
Yeah, I would love to. So I've always had passion for novelty or everything that's new. And so over the last 20 years, I have always tried to make technology matter for people and for humans. From one side, I made markets adopt that technology by being a marketeer and a fractional marketeer. And from the other side, I work on leading people in the change that is now demanded by AI as a founder of Tanabut. So it's the same problem, but from two different sides. So while, yes, we have to
share the personal brand statement.
Yeah, I need to frame it more better, Ebru, but yes, it's my personal statement is to make technology matter for humans, basically, as a marketeer and as a change leader for workforce. And yes, I'm driven by always seeing the impact of how this happens, being it as outcomes for organizations or as people changing the way they work, changing their lives positively, of course, on the workforce side.
Well done. So again, there is no right, wrong answer. This is very great to start with. And these are very strong brand statements. Believe me, I conducted so many of these workshops for corporates as well as individual one-to-ones. This is, somehow great level, like coming to this in a virtual environment. So next part is, how are we showing up? Okay, this is our brand statement. Imagine you are the Me Inc. company. How are we going to do the communication plan of this organization? So what you say, where you show up, and how you lead matter. So depending on your personal brand statement, there is no one fit for all answer. So for example, I remember in one of the organizations, one of the sessions we did, one of the corporate person, a woman program lead in one of the well-known tech companies, she's very passionate about well-being and wellness. So she has developed her own personal app for, it's an entrepreneurial work. So it's the very first Arabic wellness application that it captures videos from women explaining the stories in Arabic and etc. So it's a personal story, and it captures lots of, because of the moves, the yoga and Pilates and etc. It captures a lot of videos. So you can't imagine this too much on LinkedIn, right? So depending on your personal brand statement, you need to define the right platforms. So you can tick the box, okay, I will appear both Snapchat, TikTok, LinkedIn, Facebook. I mean, it doesn't work like that. Depending on how you want to be known in life, maybe only LinkedIn serves for you, or maybe only Snapchat, TikTok serves for you. So you need to think about this accordingly. And think about also how you are showing up. Are you writing articles about the passion point you have? So whatever the brand statement you have, you need to develop a communication plan. So, and then you consistently need to post about it or share something about it. Then you will attract the speaking opportunities. And then you will be invited to boards or organizations, because people will Google you. And this comes to my second slide, the other slide. It's okay to Google you, because then you control your own story. And then based on this personal brand statement, is your LinkedIn profile reflecting real you? So make sure you glorify your LinkedIn profile accordingly, reflecting what you want to be known in life. And have a corporate photo. It's important. People don't put, sunglasses. I have seen some, stuff like that. Have a decent corporate photo. And I recommend personally not to have an AI photo, because people also realize it. Have a genuine photograph. Of course, you can have some touches, why not? But don't make it robotic. And also, it's a different workshop topic. Pick your color right. What I mean is, you can ask it to Google or ChatGPT. Some colors are giving messages to the other side. You can learn more about what message it gives. And again, the whole idea is be visible. Okay, you have done all this, but if you are not active, if you are not joining networks like this, or if you are not participating, if you are not, interacting, then what's the point? So you have to be visible. So that's really, it's really at the end, you are your best brand. Make it outstanding and reflecting real you. Again, I will say the same thing. Companies come and go. Job titles come and go. You are your best brand in life that you need to invest in. So that's the end of my workshop. And if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer. But I hope I made you think about it. Any thoughts? Any questions? Did it make you think something else? Will it make any change in your life? I hope so.
Ebru, thank you so much for this. I have a quick question. You mentioned that we need to be selective on, whether we use TikTok or LinkedIn or whatever. Do you have a rationale for why not be on multiple platforms and be selective with one only as a focus?
my message wasn't like, sorry if I miscommunicated myself. You can be in multiple, but it all comes back to your brand statement. If your brand statement makes sense for you to be in multiple platforms, of course. For example, IWBD or GVGL or Ebru is in multiple platforms, but I'm dropping some of those because I need to also channel my energy, my time accordingly. So you need to do some prioritization at some point.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Burcu?
Ebru, great session. Thank you very much for the invite. And it was really eye-opening. And it was a really, for me, a great timing because I have also started Ericsson coaching modules. Which was also my passion to grow talents and women's, etc. So I think it was a very good timing session as well. Thank you very much for this.
Appreciate it, Burcu. And let's see how you will reflect this on LinkedIn.
Yeah, yes.
Maybe you can start posting about this session and your reflections so that, it can be some, starting point. Sophie, great to see you as well.
Yeah, thank you so much, Ebru. It was an amazing session. I do this for a living, for the brands, but it's always great to stop and reflect on what you are doing and do it for yourself. So thank you for this time. It was amazing. And I'll definitely go back and do my homework.
Thank you. As we come to end today's session, I would like to leave you with one final thought. Leadership growth is rarely a solo journey. Our careers are shaped by the conversations we participate in, the people we learn from, and the opportunities we are exposed to along the way. Today, we spoke about personal branding, visibility, executive presence, and creating opportunities. Yet, behind every opportunity, there is often a relationship. Behind every promotion, board role, business partnership, or career move, there is usually a conversation, a connection, or a sponsor who believes in you. That's one of the reasons IWBD exists, to bring together accomplished leaders who are willing to learn from one another, support one another, and grow together. Because your network is not simply a collection of contacts, it's access to perspectives, experiences, opportunities, and relationships that can influence the direction of your career and your impact as a leader. As you think about your next chapter, I encourage you to ask yourself, who am I learning from? Who am I surrounding myself with? Am I intentionally placing myself in rooms that will help me become the leader I aspire to be? If today's session resonated with you, I would be delighted to welcome you to the IWBD community. We would love to continue this journey together through our industry committees, leadership events, board readiness initiatives, global connections, and the many meaningful conversations that happen throughout the year. And if you find value in today's workshop, I would also encourage you to bring this conversation into your organization. We have delivered similar sessions, similar leadership, executive presence, and personal branding sessions for organizations, including Bayer, Novo Nordisk, LinkedIn, Snapchat, and many other global organizations. We would be delighted to design a tailored session for your leadership teams, women leadership programs, or broader employee communities. Before we close, I have one small ask for you. If you enjoyed today's session and find it valuable, please consider sharing one key insight on LinkedIn and tagging IWBD. Every post helps us reach and inspire more women leaders, and together we can continue expanding the impact of the community far beyond today's conversation. Thank you for investing your time today, for sharing your energy, and for being part of this conversation. I look forward to welcoming many of you to IWBD community, continuing our conversation and growing more women leaders for the boardroom together. Thank you, everyone, and I hope to see you again very soon, either at an IWBD event, within one of our committees, or as part of our growing global community. Have a lovely day.